locked and good. Yep. Sweet. Climbing. Today we're out in the Red River Gorge. We're going to look at stick clipping. Stick clipping is one of those things that we do a lot of times sport climbing because it's easiest to do on bolts. I do have a short little video that I did where you can stick clip trad gear in some instances. But what stick clipping is basically we use a really long pole with a device at the end of it to put a piece of protection up on a bolt, generally with the rope in it, so that we can not have to free solo or boulder to the first piece of protection. So technically we are on belay the entire climb. The nice thing about this is we can never really hit the ground. I prefer this clip. It's the super clip. I use this aid climbing and all kinds of things. Some people call this cheating, but it's just another tool. You know, so when you're out there and you're trying to manage risk, this is a great way to do it, a great way to reach through moves. You know, and be able to get up a climb that maybe you're working or something like that. But I really prefer it, especially as I get older. Keeps my ankles safe, and you know, my belayers like it because I don't get to have to fall on them and crush them. So we'll show you how to use this today. The first thing we want to do when we're going to stick clip is we usually flake our rope. We want the rope nice and flaked, make sure there's no kinks or knots in it. We're actually going to be pulling some of that up, so we don't want it to have any weight on it or anything pulling. So we just want a nice clean rope. So I'm going to go ahead and stack my rope here on the ground. Once my rope is on the ground, then I'm going to put the quick draw in the clip. You'll notice that the clip is kind of offset to the side one way or the other. And so if we put the quick draw in, we want to make sure we put it in to where we're going to actually put the quick draw on the bolt on the side that's offset, so this side will be the wall here. Because if not, it's going to be kind of hard to get it onto the bolt. Now comes the part where I need to decide if I'm going to be climbing to the right or to the left so that I can keep the rope running over the spine of the carabiner. In this particular instance, I'm going to be climbing on the right side of the bolt, and so I'm going to want the quick draw oriented with the gates facing to the left, in which case I'm going to pull the rope and I'll put it through the back side of the carabiner coming out the front, just like I'm clipping on lead. I'll pull enough rope to make it to the bolt that I'm going to clip. The next thing I'm going to do is actually extend out the pole. In this case, I don't have to extend very far. So now that I have that, I'm going to hold both the pole and the rope, and I'll start to feed rope out so the rope is always loose. That way it's not pulling on the quick draw. And now we're clipped with the rope coming out the front of the quick draw. One of the great things about the super clip is that we can also unclip with it. So if for some reason we decide we can't do a route, or a lot of times, you know, in the Red River Gorge when we start to lower off, we get lowered way out. And so sometimes it's nice to leave that first quick draw to be able to just lower ourselves out on and not swing way out if we don't want. So we can unclip with the super clip. And one of the biggest keys to this is having the rope still in the quick draw, so we need to put the rope back in the quick draw if not, and I'll show that here in just a second. But once we have the rope in the quick draw, we can actually just pull on the quick draw, slide the super clip over the quick draw and up to the carabiner, and now we're ready to just pull the carabiner off and bring it down. If the quick draw is for some reason already hanging up there, or there's fixed draws, with the super clip we can actually go ahead and just clip the rope as well. We don't need the quick draw on the super clip to do that. How I like to do is I'll take and just put a bite through the super clip. And then I take one end and I just make a small loop around one of the little wings of the super clip. So now I'm ready to pull the other end, not the loop in, the other end around. And this makes this loop here. And so I'll really flatten that out so I can put it up on the quick draw and just pull it. So stick clipping is a great way to manage your risk in the sport climbing environment. I'd highly suggest getting one. There are obviously various different sizes of sticks that you can get out there, and some come with the clip on the end already. Others you can just get a painter's pull like this and put it on the end yourself. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe.